Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all pervading Brahman, to my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanand Ji Maharaj, to sage Narada, and all other sages and saints, and to each of you, divine soul, watching today's satsang. We are covering Narada Bhakti Sutras. We are on chapter number 3, primary and secondary devotion, and we will be covering Sutra number 53 today. Commentaries by my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmananji, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So let's get started. Sutra number 53, chapter 3, Narada Bhakti Sutras. It is Prakashate Kwapi Patre. Again, Prakashate Kwapi Patre, meaning divine love manifests itself in some rare receptacles. So, even though the experience of divine love cannot be described as we have covered in the last two sutras, it does shine in the hearts of some rare receptacles. Receptacles meanings souls that have senses that can receive this Shakti, this bliss, and those souls who have brought about the effacement of their ego sense by following the path of bhakti or devotion. So those rare souls like Meera, Shabri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramakrishna Paramahansa. So those are the rare souls who actually get to experience this, and we can too if we follow those footsteps. So just as fragrance from a flower permeates far beyond the flower, the smell goes to a longer distance. The light from a lamp spreads far beyond the lamp. So too, divine love in the hearts of a devotee spreads out far beyond the confines of the devotee's personality. And that is why when we sit in the satsanga or when we sit in holy company of sages and saints, we immediately experience a release of pressure, a bliss, a kind of a safe zone feeling, and that is because their love is encompassing and enveloping us in that aura. The characteristics that develop in a devotee are described in detail in the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So, those of you who are also following Bhagavad Gita, you may want to complement this with the shloka numbers 13 to 20. So, those Lord Krishna explains the different characteristics. It's about Bhakti Yoga. Chapter 12 is Bhakti Yoga in the Bhagavad Gita, and Lord Krishna is very explicit of all the qualities that he enjoys and that his devotees should possess. We will cover some of them here, but for detailed reading, please go to Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, sutras, shlokas 13 to 20. It says friendliness with all. People who are devotees don't hate anybody. They are friendly with everybody. They have a heart that is full of compassion and love towards all living beings. They have a freedom from the sense of mindness, so they are more giving. They don't want to just keep things to themselves. And then they have a balanced mind during pain and pleasure. It's equanimity, so they are able to handle the peaks and valleys with grace. They have contentment, that is called santosh, so they are very contented with what they have, and they are not itching for more and running around. They are not stressed out, they are not tense, they are happy with what they have. Supreme self effacement. Then they are in the process of becoming nobody, which means when you become nobody, you get into the divinity itself. You become godlike because you have no ego, so to speak of. Then desirelessness. You don't hanker after things. You don't want to run to the shopping malls here, there, constantly running after desires. So that starts to subside. You have freedom from selfish actions. You don't feel like becoming selfish or just me all the time. You want to now start giving back. You have freedom from hatred and violence. You don't hate anybody, you don't like violence at all, and you have detachment from the objects of the world. It's called Vivikta Desha Sevitvam. So you will enjoy, those of who are serious, like I said, go to the Bhagavad Gita and deepen your experience of bhakti, because all these scriptures are related. They all take us to the same place, and we enjoy different opinions, different thoughts, different directions from different sages and saints. But in the end, it's the same essential method and same essential message, which is to connect with God. During sunrise, myriad rays flood the eastern horizon in the morning. So, too, with the rising of divine love, these qualities, like luminous rays, manifest in the personality of a devotee. The devotee feels very connected, very whole, very radiant, and it's not something that he has done. He has received that as a blessing from his Guru and God for his sincerely walking on this holy path. So, in other words, this is a grace. We cannot earn it just by our self effort. It has to be our life journey. Then we can enjoy this nectar. So, this is Swami Nikhilananda, and we will be covering Sutra number 54 tomorrow. Om Tat Sat.